Well, happy Monday, Evangel Church. I hope that your week has begun well. It seems like a long time since we've gotten together this way. If you were able to be with us here yesterday, it was great to see you. But if you were not, I would encourage you to go back and look at the last two messages because they really go together. Speaking of an active faith and an ordered life. And I want to share two verses with you that really are the basis of both messages and then just talk for just a second. So Matthew chapter 14 in verse 29, and this is the passage where Jesus comes to the disciples walking on water, and so the waves are kind of rolling, and they're in the boat, and it's dark, and they're scared. And then you get to verse 29 in chapter 14, and it says, "And he said, 'Come.' And Peter got out of the boat and walked on water and came toward Jesus." There really is an aspect of our faith where when pushed by storms and difficulties and trials, Jesus appears and he invites us to come to him. And I want my faith to be more evident of that. An active faith that steps out of the boat, that trusts him even when I am unsure of everything else going around, because I see him and I want to follow him. The other one is from 2 Chronicles, really chapter 27, verse 6. And really, if you read all of chapter 27, you read the story of Jotham, and there's not a lot that's captured about him. But this one verse has always resonated with me. And as, again, I look at this year, I want my life to be in line with what this verse kind of points to. And it says this: "So Jotham became mighty because he ordered his ways before the Lord." He ordered his ways before the Lord. He had an ordered life. And so as a result of him prioritizing his relationship with the Lord and really setting the priorities of his life before the Lord, and before the Lord has the idea of being to his face, in his presence, because of that, Jotham became mighty, established. He had power. Now, I just want to live a life that's honoring to the Lord. I want to live a life that is pleasing to him, but also sets a good example for any who would follow me. And the reality of this one verse is foundational. And if they were going to sum up my entire life in a single verse, I would long for it to carry the weight of a verse like this: that I ordered my way before the Lord. And so I want to encourage you this week, as you look to not just where you are, but where you're going, where the Lord is taking you, and recognizing that others are following you, I want to encourage you to have an active faith. One that recognizes the storm's invitation is to seek him, that sees God on the waves, that longs to be with him and to follow him, and ultimately will step out of the boat. I want to encourage you to have an ordered life, one that is intentional. It prioritizes our relationship with him in our time, in utilizing the talents that he has given us, and in really displaying the treasures that hold our heart. And I just want you to know that I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you that your faith would be all that your heart longs for it to be. But I want to say this without hesitation. For you to experience the faith that you long for, it requires you to get out of the boat and to order your life before the Lord. If you will do that, it says he will establish your ways. You will see things that will amaze you, and the plans that he has for you, which are beyond any of your comprehension, will be glorious. Well, we have a Lord and a Savior who has sought us and saved us, and we want to live in a way that honors him. So I encourage you, spend time in his word. Get up in the mornings, spend time with the Lord, and prioritize your day before him. Well, I pray you have a good week. I pray that you walk in his presence. And know I'm praying for you. I love you, miss you, and I'll be talking to you real soon. Have a great day.